Hello everyone, today I will be showing you how I got this copper eye and bold lip using the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette. Excuse my dramatically different makeup-less face, but I will be starting out by moisturizing my face with the First Aid Beauty Skin Rescue Oil-Free Mattifying Gel Moisturizer. I need all the oil-free or mattifying things that I can get because of my very oily face. I will be going in and doing my eyeshadow first. Is anyone else guilty of doing that? I mean, if I can't get it open with my fingers, I'm going to use my teeth. But I will be going in with the NYX High Definition Eyeshadow Base. I use this and of course blend it out because I noticed that my MAC primer is a little too drying right now. So this kind of gives it a good base to kind of smooth it out and go on nicer. But I will be going in with the MAC Pro-Longwear Paint Pot and of course soft ochre. So, my veins and my discoloration can be neutralized, and so all the eyeshadows can go on better. I will be using the highly anticipated Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette, and it smells rather delicious. And I will be first taking the extra creamy color, which is the bottom left whitish one, with the Sigma All Over Shader Large Fluff E50 brush in order to set my eyeshadows in place and in order to make everything blend out nicer in the end. I'm also making sure to put it underneath my lash line where I also put some of the eyeshadow bases. Then I'm taking the Sigma Blending E40 brush and using the color Peanut Butter, which is the top middle shade, which is, basically a warm brown color, taking that all over the crease and just not being too precise with it. Of course, what I do to one eye will also be repeated to the other eye. Next, I will be taking Sigma's Blending E25 brush and going in with the Nuts About You shade, which is the bottom right one, and that one has a little bit more orange in it, so it's a brown orangey color. And with this color I will be going in and being a little bit more precise and focusing it on the crease and then on the outer V of my lid. Once I see that both eyes are pretty even, I will go back in with my Sigma E40 brush and adding no additional product, I will go ahead and blend in the edges to make sure that there's not a sharp line or that, just guaranteeing that everything is blended out. For the lid color, I will be using the Peanut Brittle shade, which is that middle, literally middle color, which is a coppery brown, I would say, and using my Naked 3 dual-ended brush, but with the smaller one, I will be first going in with the color and then spritzing some of MAC's Fix Plus on there to give it that foiled effect. And I was struggling because I have a little bit left of the Fix Plus, but don't worry, I have a backup. So what I did is, of course, place it on the lid and then drag it inwards and then outwards with a swiping motion, making sure to not give me a cut crease, but just to blend it up into the crease so it won't have like a really noticeable line from the lid color to the crease color. I kept adding more peanut brittle just to enhance the copperiness of it without adding any more Fix Plus, just kind of using what I had and doing the same thing on my other eye. Then adding more peanut butter and Nuts About You into my E25 brush, I went ahead and just made sure to blend it in more and to make sure that everything was blended together. After I looked at it, I thought maybe it was a little too copper for me, so using my finger, I mixed some of the Bananas shade and the Peanut Butter cup and placed it on the center of my eye to give it a little bit more dimension and to make it a little bit more golden. Then going back in with my Sigma E25 blending brush, I will just be blending it without adding any more product. Now for my face, I will be priming with this sample of the Kat Von D Lock-It Featherweight Primer. And like I did with the moisturizer, I'll be focusing on the center of my face and then blending out. Using my beauty blender, I will be going in with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Foundation, and I am in the shade, what used to be, I guess, 123, but is now Y365. I will be going ahead and dotting that all over my face, and of course blending it out with my beauty blender. For concealer, I will be using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer, and I'm using the shade Light Neutral and putting that in all the places where you usually see people putting concealer. Of course, the under eye, the chin, the forehead, and down the middle of my nose. And then using my Ripped Beauty Blender to blend it all out. I used the round end to blend out my foundation, so now I'm using the pointy end to blend out my concealer, and then I will be going in with the rounded end and making sure that the concealer and the foundation are blended together. I baked with the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder underneath my eyes where I placed the concealer, and then I also placed some on my forehead, down my nose, and in my chin, but I didn't necessarily bake as much as actually setting it, and I did use my beauty blender with that. For my face, I set my foundation with the Kat Von D Lock-It Powder Foundation in the shade Medium 53 using my e.l.f. Kabuki face brush. As I mentioned earlier, I am super oily, so as many matte products as I can get is what I will obviously use. I did make sure not to go in and interrupt my baking, so I went ahead and did my eyebrows using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in dark brown. Do not mind my hairy eyebrows. I have thick eyebrow hairs, so of course everything is extra noticeable with those. I, of course, will be getting them done this week, so don't worry. I am human, so I did mess them up a little bit, and I'm sure you can tell. So what I did is I went in with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, put some on my hand, and then took my Ecotools concealer brush and kind of shaped them from the front, and made sure that they aligned to my taste. Then I went in to do my under eyes, and I brought out the Kat Von D shade Light Contour Palette, and using my e.l.f. blush brush, I wiped off the powder first, and then I went in with a mixture of, I believe it's Levitation and Lyric, which is the top first and second color, and place that underneath my eyes to further set and highlight. For my chin and forehead, I just went in with Lyric to set and highlight that. To bronze up my face, I went in with MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in Give Me Sun using a MAC 135 brush, and I put that on the hollows of my cheek, tops of my forehead, and then whatever was left underneath my chin. I don't feel like this bronzer gives me the amount of bronziness that I want, so I went in with the Kat Von D contour palette again and used the bottom middle shade called Shadow Plane in the same spots that I did the other one. To contour, I went in with the bottom left and right shadows called Sombre and Subconscious with a MAC 168. To clean up the bottom of my contour, I went in with the e.l.f. blush brush again, but now using the top right shadow in Lucid. To contour this nose of mine, I took the Real Techniques Duo Fiber eye brush and the bottom middle shade called Shadow Play. Then I blended it further in with my finger. For my blush, I used the It Cosmetics Soft Focus Brush number 113 and the Too Faced Love Flush Long Lasting 16-Hour Blush in Love Hangover. To make sure the bronzer, contour, and blush are all blended together, I took the Duo Fiber Face Brush by Real Techniques. Then I go in with my favorite liner, the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper, and wing out my eyeliner. My method of putting this on is starting in the middle, going inwards, going outwards, looking how it kind of ends up, and then doing my wing and connecting both of those lines. So I do that for both eyes. Once that's done, I like to tightline with the NARS Larger Than Life Longwear eyeliner in Via Veneto. Then apply mascara to my top eyelashes using the Maybelline Colossal Mascara in Glam Black, and this is by far the best mascara I've used. I have used high-end mascara, but nothing is able to beat this one. For my lower lash line, I use the Sigma Short Shader E20 brush in the color Nuts About You and focus this a little bit more on the lower lash line. And then I took the Sigma Pencil E30 brush with the shade Peanut Butter and further blended that out. To fill in my waterline, I took the Benefit Highbrow Pencil. I know it's a brow product, but hey, it's makeup, doesn't matter. I am using false lashes, the Ardell Demi Wispies. So what I like to do is apply the Duo Lash Adhesive in clear, apply it to the back of my hand, and then take the lashes and kind of line it out through there. But while it was drying, I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel in clear to set in my eyebrows. Using an Ecotools lip brush, I went in with the shade Bananas in the Peanut Butter and Jelly palette and took it on the high points of my brow and on the inner corner of my eyes. But you see later how I didn't really like how it wasn't really highlighting it, so I went in with something else. But then I apply my semi-tacky eyelashes onto my actual eyelashes. For highlight, I of course had to go in with my Becca and Jaclyn Hill Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in Champagne Pop using the Real Techniques Duo Fiber Contour Brush. I applied it to the high points of my cheekbones, the inner corners of my eyes, the tip of my nose, and my cupid's bow. To further blend in my fake lashes with my real lashes, I took the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner and put it on the band of my fake eyelashes and applied a second coat of mascara to the tops of my lashes and a coat to the bottom. And by the end of doing all of that, I do see some oiliness shining through, so I went ahead and applied another layer of under eye powder, chin, and forehead using Lyric and my e.l.f. blush brush. And to set everything in, I put on the Max Fix Plus spray. After I changed, I went in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in Karina, which I like to think it's kind of a mixture between red and pink, but more pink than red. And I wasn't too convinced with it, only because I'm really matchy-matchy, and the eyes, of course, didn't really match with the lips. But in the end, I unclipped my hair and ended up liking it better like that. I kind of decided to stick with what I had. So that was my tutorial using the Too Faced Peanut Butter and Jelly palette. Be sure to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you later. Bye!